Now?
Almost. You are live.
Oh, okay. Good.
Hello, 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 hello. I like to invite all my story warrior friends out there. All the story warriors in the world, please come out. Pull your seats closer. Get a bottle of water. Get something to drink. Whatever you want to drink today, drink on me. Okay. Drink on me because we have a special guest around this virtual fireside. Let me take a little sip because I'm a little bit nervous talking to this gentleman, Mr. Jacques Eone, whom I've been trying to track him down because he's all across the continents. And today I'm fortunate that I finally tracked him down. He's somewhere in Europe, in Germany. And I want him to come and talk with us about how to cultivate a successful business beyond borders.
Mhm.
But more importantly, what are the lessons that we can learn from someone who has successfully started several businesses, multi-million businesses in Africa, in Asia, America, Europe, and across the world? But I'm getting ahead myself. Let me introduce myself briefly and then I invite our guest. My name is Gideon Fomukwai, the story warrior. For those of you who are joining for the first time, I consider myself a product of Africa, produced in Asia, packaged in America, and distributed worldwide. And I'm fortunate this afternoon, Central Time in Texas, evening time in Germany, to have Mr. Jacques Eone. Jacques, can you introduce yourself to all the story warriors around the world?
Thank you so very much, Gideon. It is an honor and a privilege for me to be among all of you from Iraq, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Hong Kong, Singapore, all over the world, Europe, and America.
Yes, sir.
I am very, very pleased to be here. And I am going to present to you um from my humble beginnings.
Mm.
And my story is not that great, but I want to start first of all by first of all thank you again, Gideon, because you gave me this opportunity to come and share
Yes,
the little that I have learned. I've
yes.
learned a lot, mostly from my failures.
Oh my goodness,
Yes,
that's very interesting because we're talking about business, and
yes,
anyone who has ever done something in the
yes.
world of business know that failure
Yes.
is
It's part of
expected.
business.
Failure is a common denominator. But
Yes.
you tell us, where did you grow up, Jacques?
It's very, very crazy. Let's start with my birthday. It
Okay,
doesn't make me special, but
okay.
before I was born 7777.
Wow,
I mean, July 7, 1977.
wow.
I'm the seventh child in
Oh
the
my,
family of seven.
oh my goodness.
My first name, as you can see there, has 7 letters.
Yes. What
My
else?
wife, my wife and I are 7 years apart.
Okay,
Should I
okay.
continue or I should stop?
Give me one more. Give me one more.
Oh, no, that one is very personal.
Yeah,
It is
but
something
that's
that I
cool.
got.
It's
It's something
cool.
that I got
Yeah.
that has all the seven as well.
Wow. Wow.
Something
That
important.
is very unique.
Yes,
Very unique.
yes.
777. So your winning number is seven. Is that what you're saying?
I have no idea if my winning number, I should have won the lottery yet. I've never won the lottery.
Well, you don't need a lottery because you're a very successful businessman. Tell us about your entrepreneurial instincts. Did they start where you were born
um,
in Africa, or did they start much later?
it started actually at the age of 5.
Hmm.
I started school in year 83, 84.
Yes.
That was class 1 in
Yes.
École de Mesa. My
Mm.
sister
It sounds
and
like Yaoundé.
Yaoundé, yes.
Mhm.
That was I was born, yes. So my sister was teaching me how to sell candies.
Mm.
And then it took me a while to understand what profit meant. I didn't understand why we sell candies. And
Mhm.
then she tells me when we sell candies, this is how we make profit. I say, how? It took me, I don't know, from my little brain at that time, it may have taken me maybe 3 months to understand what it meant.
And by candy, you mean bonbon?
Bonbon, yes.
I know
It's,
that. I guess
yeah,
some people following us here may know bonbon. There are
bonbon, yes.
different flavors. There's one that is yellowish. There's
Bonbon
one
like
that is
Colisée.
there's
Pink,
yes, pink. I like the pink
yes.
one because you can stick out your tongue
Yes,
and it looks pink, and all the girls in school would think that you're the second coming of Christ.
that's right. And we also had, we were selling milk, powder milk.
Mm-hmm.
So with those dirty hands, we put you a spoon and then
Mm-hmm.
you take in class.
Mm.
So and then she told me, okay, so you buy it for this much and then you sell it for that much.
Mm.
And when she taught me that, greed set in. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, how about I take one candy, I sell it to the price of the whole bag. Then we
Yeah,
have,
yeah,
and then I didn't understand how it, so in my
yeah.
mind, and then, so that's how my business started.
This thing started. At least for you, you are still very kind. I also grew up in an environment which some people were even greedier. They took one bonbon and they
Uh-huh.
split it with their teeth, and they would sell this piece for 15 cents and then one for 5
Exactly.
cents. And so that was still very kind of you, but
Yes.
that's how the humble beginnings of business could be.
Yes.
For anyone who is listening who cannot relate to this, imagine taking a small piece of candy
Mhm.
and you break it apart, not
Yeah.
with a knife, not with anything, with your with your
But
with your
it's
tooth, and then you want to sell it to the other kids in school.
in school,
And
yes, in
so you
class.
are one of those who were hawking the candies in school and making a profit from other people's
Yes,
little pocket money.
exactly. So this is how my first success started.
Mm-hmm.
And that success led to my first failure as well.
Uh-oh.
Before, because I entered into a susu
Mm-hmm.
with, we had a triangle,
Yeah.
me,
Mm-hmm.
one of my sister,
Mm-hmm.
Rachel,
Mm-hmm.
and then Rose.
Yeah.
So the money was supposed to go from me to her, from
Yeah.
her to the other one, and to the other one back to me.
Yeah.
But it was only going from Rachel to Rose and vice versa.
It did not come to you.
It never came to me, so
Is
I
it
lost.
because you were the youngest?
The youngest, the last
Okay.
one.
Good luck with that.
So
Good luck
I
with that.
lost it all. I lost interest, so I didn't do that again. So that was
Mm.
my first failure in the susu.
We
What
call it on the other side Njangi. And
Jackie?
how long did it take before you came back to it?
Oh, it was
Before you
maybe.
started another business?
Well, after that, I left it for a while, and then
Yeah.
I started selling my comics
Mm-hmm.
later on in
Yeah.
school and things like that. But I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and
Wow.
I used to assist my mother, who used to sell in the market,
Mm-hmm.
and those are also where my lesson started. I
Mm-hmm.
remember my mother when one of her neighbor leaves, because at Mashimokolo they used to
Mm-hmm.
sell palm oil.
Yes.
So she will sit over there and then she leaves,
Mm-hmm.
and then she, when she goes to do the market or do something else,
Mm-hmm.
and then she leaves over there, the other ladies will sell for her, and
Mm.
vice versa. And then I remember being a child, my mother left, and then one of the neighbor, the customers came, and I'm like, let's bring the customers to us.
Mm-hmm.
She said, no, they want to buy there. So let's sell there. I did not understand. And second, they say, okay, now that she sold over there, let's take that money for us because we need money. That's my first lesson of integrity.
Yeah. Mm. Very interesting. And all of this is still around Yaoundé, Cameroon.
Still around Yaoundé, Cameroon. So my mother told me, no, this is how you do it. You need to care about this person because this person also needs to feed their family. This
Yep.
person needs, and you need to trust that you will have yours for your daily.
Yeah.
And she told me about reliance,
Mm.
self-reliance. And this was a lesson that stuck with me from that day forward.
Hmm.
I've always been, every time I found myself in a situation whereby, hey, this contract is like this or like that, how can I do it in a way that all of us win?
Yeah, all the parties win.
So fast forward, I graduated from high school, and that
Mhm.
same year, my mother passed away.
Oh no.
Yes, but she passed away when I graduated. I found my first job. I
Mhm.
lied to her, however, because I saw her, she was dying already. I started an internship in a non-profit organization in the US, in Cameroon.
Mm-hmm.
But I lied to her, told her, hey, this is a job that they gave me. That day, my boss gave me $20,
Mm-hmm.
just like that. It wasn't salary. It was an internship, not paid, unpaid internship. So I took that money, I ran away to my mother. I gave it to her, and said, look, this is my first salary. I have a job now. And I'm so glad because she left knowing that I was okay.
Mm.
Yes.
Wow.
The last,
Wow.
yes.
That is interesting.
Yes.
I bet
yes.
I bet mom would look from above now and she'd be very proud of you
I
because you've
hope
gone
so.
from there to
Yes,
found many businesses, and one
absolutely.
of which is it's a multi-million dollar business.
Mhm.
And I first got to hear about your entrepreneurial instincts from our mutual friend, Dr. Christian Tekwe.
Mhm.
And each time he spoke about you, he's a man of high integrity. He
Mhm.
always talked about you in very glowing terms. So that's when I started to say, all right, I hope one day when I grow up, maybe I get the fortune of meeting this multimillionaire. And he told me about one of your businesses, which is, I think it's called Packability, or
Yes.
is that? Tell us about Packability. When did you start Packability, and what's Packability all about?
Packability is a new venture. It
Okay.
just started a couple of years ago, and just
Mhm.
started after the COVID.
Okay,
I've
but is
been
it an extension of a previous business?
it was kind of a hiatus because
Okay.
the other business was kind of similar, but
Okay.
it was an arm
Mhm.
for another company.
Okay.
But this one is something that we started from scratch. We
Mhm.
have our own product, our own software. We develop all our products
Mhm.
ourselves. So we
Okay.
started this project for the vehicle owners
Mhm.
because when we want you to be able to use your vehicle. I mean, when you have a vehicle,
Yes.
when you start it, your
Yes.
vehicle,
Yeah.
the next thing you need to do is to park it.
We all need to park.
You
You
need
need
to
to
park.
park somewhere. You can't
Because
squeeze it and put it inside your pocket. I wish we could do that. But you
exactly.
can't squeeze it, you have to park it somewhere. So you help people with parking solutions.
We,
Is that what you're saying?
we park, yes, for parking solutions. So we are a
Wow.
platform where we help hotel increase revenue
Mhm.
and the drivers find a convenient space
Mm. Mm.
for that vehicle.
For
So we
parking.
for parking. So we started this venture very very little, and
Mhm.
then we started growing from East Coast to West Coast to Canada
America.
in America.
Okay,
And
so you contract with hotels and
yes,
you get the parking spaces from the hotels, and then
mhm,
you sell the spaces to
yes,
users
yes,
who are desperate to park their cars and go to work or travel out of town.
travel out of that. Yes, for now
Very
we are
interesting.
going to add many other services for that.
Okay.
But I wanted to bring you back a little bit in
Yes.
our mutual friend how we met. If it
Yep.
is interesting for
So
your
before we go back to our mutual friend,
yes,
so with that parking service,
yes,
it's online. Is it
yes,
online? People can find a parking spot.
yes,
What
yes.
was the name of it, if you don't mind?
It's parkability, parkability.com.
Parkability, and that's how you when you found it. Was it called Parkability, or that's the current name?
It's parkability. Yes, we founded it with
Okay, okay.
parkability.
Maybe some people have used it. I know I've
Yes.
always found parking spots online, but I don't remember if it was Parkability, especially when I worked out of DC,
Mhm.
Maryland area. Tell us, which are the cities in which you are active currently in US and Canada, even though you don't live in US and Canada anymore.
Yes, in Newark, we are there. In
Okay.
LaGuardia, in
Uh-huh.
JFK,
Uh-huh.
in DCA,
Mm-hmm.
and we until last year were
Mm-hmm.
all over the United States,
Mm-hmm.
but strategically because we are making some changes into the website, we turn it into WordPress to make
Yeah,
it easier for the customers. So we
I see.
decided to downsize it for now, and
Yeah,
then we're going in the next quarter.
yeah.
We're going to relaunch
Mm-hmm.
that with this particular product, and we are
Yes,
going to add more products.
very interesting.
Yes.
Wow. So parkability is going strong.
Mhm.
And does it require a lot of parking attendants, or you don't even need any parking attendants at all?
No, no, you don't need any parking attendant. It is a solution that is online. It
Mm.
is a solution whereby the hotel has access
Yeah.
to it. They
Mhm.
can come and they will see who is coming, who is leaving, and those hotels they have shuttle for those who need shuttle. So it works on itself.
Okay.
Yes.
So, can I say you are a parking space merchant, a parking space expert, a parking space engineer, a parking space disruptor? Because that's something very innovative. You've been able to pull it off, and you live in Germany. You don't even live in US, but you're able to pull it off. So,
Yes.
how do you describe yourself with respect to that business? I know you have other businesses. With respect to that business, how do you describe yourself? A
I mean,
disruptor?
that's disruptor. Yes, we can say that in a way, disruptor.
Okay.
But I will say disruptor because I started this project,
Yes.
most hotels did not do it. I remember the Marriott sending it in 2008. We did it. One of the general manager reached out to me. He said, Jacques, thank you so very much. While we were laying off people because of the crisis, the financial crisis, I did not have to lay anybody because you brought me enough revenue
Voila.
for this. And he spoke to a lot of hotels, the Marriotts, back in the day. And yes, he just
exploded your business.
Yes, at that time, yes.
That is amazing. That's amazing. So you solved one problem there, and the business is going strong. Other than US and Canada, have you opened up new market spaces in other parts of the world for parkability?
Not yet.
Okay.
Parkability has a lot of ambitions, very, very huge ambition. We are just getting started. And there are certain things that I'm not in the liberty to discuss
Fair enough.
right now, simply because there are other companies with much deeper pockets that will they can hear it and then they will do it right away.
Okay, no.
I'm very surprised that since I started this, a lot have not changed so much in the parking space. Now, simply because a lot of the people that are trying to disrupt the parking spaces, they don't have some of them, they come from the tech background. As from user perspective.
Okay.
For me, I am both a user, but I've also worked as in the space of managing valet high-end hotels.
Okay.
So the pain point, the whole business, in many hotels did not charge parking. I will tell you, for example, there's a hotel, the Hilton, over there in Dallas. I went to the general manager. I told him, okay, I'm going to generate you an income. There's nothing you have to change to your operation. He told me it's too good to be true.
Okay. So it's too good to be true.
It's too good to be true. He has been in business for 30 years. He's never seen something like this. I told him I can make it. And up till now, this service that I bring, for example, parking near airports, I would say that, I mean, we have competitors now in that space, but I was one of the pioneers into this particular space.
Very insightful. Okay. I applaud you for being a visionary in that field, for being a pioneer in that field. And I want to continue to wish that you should continue to change that because you have big things. And I know you're planning expansion into other countries. I probably don't want to mention those countries yet. Is that the case? Or can I move on to another topic? Which countries are you planning to extend to?
The first thing first of all, it will take a while just to be able to deploy all the products that we need in the United States. For example, let me just give you something simple. I want you, for example, to enter in your car, to put your address, and when we find you a parking solution.
Right away.
Wow. And when I talk to, sometimes it's difficult for me to communicate to certain people to understand what I want to do. From the engineering specifically, when I told them, for example, when I was building this portal right now, I went to my developers and I told them, okay, I want us to put an AI component. That's before the chat GPT started.
Why AI component?
AI is foundational into all of this.
Okay.
AI, for example, imagine that we had an AI component. You're
Yes.
driving your car.
Yeah.
You want to go to see your dentist.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to be able to tell you not to park at a dentist where
Mm.
you are paying
Yeah.
$7 or $10
Yeah.
over there,
Yeah.
but redirect. For example, I make a commission out of
Yeah.
it.
Fair enough. Of course, that's business, right? Otherwise, why would you do it? Yeah.
Exactly. Now,
Yeah.
but if I direct you
Uh-huh.
into having a car wash,
Okay.
that would be $50 or $100.
Hmm.
The AI
Mm-hmm.
component will help compute all of that. The AI,
Okay.
for
I
example,
see.
let's say there's a car that came into the forecast, for example. This year, for example, there was a flood of cars, so many cars that came in this particular
Mm-hmm.
area.
Yeah.
We want to study online what caused that spike.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because there was a function over there?
Mm-hmm.
Now, next year, when we do the budget,
Mm-hmm.
AI, we need to be able to look to take that into account.
Okay.
Yes, there was a function that happened this year,
Mm-hmm.
but this year is not happening this week, but it's happening next week, for example. And
Mm-hmm.
then it can do a forecast
Mm-hmm.
and give you a much informed decision.
Mm.
So that's just a small aspect of
Snippet.
what.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, but we want the AI to be able to understand your driving habits
Mm-hmm.
and be able to propose you something so that your driving is as seamless as possible. Because when parking is not something that, in some cases,
Mm-hmm.
when there's abundance of it, it's
Yeah.
easy. But
Yeah.
when it's in short supply, it
Yeah.
happens to you.
Yeah.
Because when you go into your meeting,
Yeah.
parking is the last thing in your mind.
Yeah.
And you
But
end
yet,
up
but
to
yet, it's very important because if you don't
yes,
park, you could get in late for the
yes,
meeting,
yes, yes.
and
But
that would disrupt your whole day or disrupt
okay,
a business deal
the
that you're trying to
business.
acquire.
Exactly. But
Mhm.
now you have people driving in circle, looking for people. It's destroying the environment, idling, and all of that. But
Okay.
imagine and it's causing a lot of traffic issue and things like that. But
Mm.
if we assign people the right parking at the right time,
Mm-hmm.
at
Be
the
very
right,
efficient.
yes,
Okay.
look at what we can solve in terms of urban traffic, in
Mm.
terms of your time.
Yeah.
You understand?
Very
Because
interesting.
your car is parked 95% of the time, whether it's a Rolls Royce or a Ford Focus.
Who cares whether it's who cares if it's a call it any name. It's a
Yes.
Romeo and Juliet, it's a whatever, but it gets to be packed. It's a burgundy or whatever. Call it any name. But now I want
Mhm.
us to segue into something that you also do, which I think is equally very interesting, and it could
Mhm.
serve the environment. Seeds. Tell
Mhm.
us about your other business, Seeds. Do you own it or are you an investor in Seeds? Because I
I
know
think
it is
yes.
it has a beautiful story. I
Mhm.
love the storytelling there, but
Mhm.
also a great mission, which is sustainability. Tell us about Seeds.
Okay, Seed is a company that I invested in.
Okay, so
I
you don't
like
own
the
it. Okay,
concept, and I exited in 2020.
okay, so you're no
Since
longer active on Seeds.
I'm no longer active.
Okay, but what
I
was it
still have
all
some
about?
people, but yes, Seed is actually raising awareness
Hmm.
of our environment. You
Hmm.
know, we have only one Earth,
Yes,
and
the last
our
time I checked, is
impact,
one Earth, one
yes,
universe. Maybe there are other universes, but the one that is habitable is one.
is one right now. And it is important that we care for it for the future generations as well.
Yes.
Now, when we look at what is happening in the ocean, people putting trash and all of that,
Hmm.
plastics and all of that, it was important that we do something about it.
Hmm.
So we started. So it is not, this seed is not actually solving the problem itself,
Hmm.
but we make shoes out of plastic collected from the ocean.
Yep.
Now, this is a plastic that you can see, you can touch.
Oh, I see.
It is a big one, a big
Yeah.
plastic. You understand?
Yes.
Now, what about the microplastics
Yep.
that goes into the fish
Yep.
that
And
comes to
we
your table?
and we eat it.
and we eat it. You understand?
We think
So,
we're eating fish. We don't know that
yes,
we're eating something else.
chemical. Yes, exactly.
I
So,
hope this is not somebody calling in to ask a question, but I want to invite all the listeners, the viewers who are viewing this now. If you have a question for Mr. Jacques Eone, please drop it into the question box. Drop it if you're on Facebook. Drop it into the live stream, especially on YouTube, and I'll make sure that I'll ask Mr. Jacques Eone. So you're talking about sustainability, using old materials from the ocean to make shoes, beautiful shoes, because I look
yes,
at the shoes are really beautiful.
yes, the expatriate, yes.
Mhm.
Yes, and not only beautiful, they are very, very comfortable as well.
Yes, I wish I could buy some, but I don't know where to buy them. So I
You
don't
can buy
know.
them online.
Are they on Amazon?
No, they are on seats.
Okay, seats. I'll go look
S
for them.
E
But
A
they look
T SEADS
yes, yeah.
global. Yes,
Perfect. I'll definitely go look for them. They look very comfortable.
yes, they are very comfortable. Yes.
So you exited seats, but
Mhm.
the business is still going strong, or you have some small
So, yes,
holding
there's
in it.
small, not really interest, but
Mhm.
something small over there.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Why did you exit them? Since it has such a noble mission, it's trying to save the world. It's trying to save this one planet that we have, and it's everybody's trying to thrash it away. Why did you exit such a noble mission?
Yeah, there's exiting. Uh, there's many situations that can make somebody exit.
Okay.
When we got to COVID in
Hmm.
2020,
Hmm.
the level of investment that I had to put more
Hmm.
into it,
Hmm.
I decided to redirect it because things
Hmm.
were, I mean, everything shut down pretty
Yeah.
much. So a lot of the things I was seriously affected.
Okay. Okay. Your business is affected.
Was affected, yes, because for
Okay.
example, personally, I made a decision back in 2009
Mhm.
that I'm not going to have all my eggs in one basket.
No wonder you are a serial entrepreneur. You don't
Yes.
want to put all your eggs in one basket
So,
because,
yes.
okay.
Mhm. And I didn't want to have it in just one country
Yeah,
because I was avoiding a global crisis
I
like that
see.
one.
Like it finally came in 2020, right?
It came in 2020, and it was even much more worse for me than the previous one. The
And
previous
those,
one was not a bad one because
yeah,
I at that moment that's when I started a job, but I started a business. But I
yeah.
started a business that was bringing solutions
Okay.
to those customers that were hurting, like
Wow.
bills and all of that, and people wanted a cheap
Hmm.
alternative to parking.
Yep.
So it was a win-win for all of them.
Mm.
Now, but in 2020, where everything shut down, the airport are shutting down. When the airport shut down, it was
Yep.
direct effect into what
On
I
your
was
business.
in my business.
Absolutely. So
Yes,
that one, there was no hiding place, but you
yes,
always try to spread out your wings in
your
other
wings.
countries, in different continents, so you
Yes,
can escape global forces. But 2020 forced you to the ground. It's literally you were trying to fly, but
yes,
your wings were clipped.
yes.
So tell me, what are two or three lessons, very quick ones, short ones, that you
Mhm.
learned from the pandemic in terms of global business?
What I learned is that you cannot. I mean, you cannot prepare because you don't know what
Okay.
is going to come.
One, you cannot
Yes,
prepare.
yes. But most importantly, you have to be resilient.
Okay, you cannot. One, you cannot prepare. Two, let's keep it short as possible because
Yes,
some people are struggling. They want
yes,
to. Well, maybe they're taking notes, or who knows. You
yes. You need
cannot
to be.
prepare.
You
Mhm.
have to be resilient
You have to be resilient. Number two.
and be adaptable.
Okay,
Okay,
and be adaptable. So those are three. One, you cannot prepare. Two, be resilient, and three, be adaptable. And I think you've adapted pretty well because Packability is growing strong now and still raking in millions and millions of dollars in revenue. Am I wrong? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Uh, it is okay.
It's doing very well.
It's doing all right. Yes.
Okay, okay, cool.
Yes.
I know that you're a busy businessman. Time would be always an issue. Uh, let's talk about hero games,
Mhm.
and then maybe we can circle back, talk about a mutual friend, somebody we both admire and respect. Hero
Mhm.
games.
Mhm.
Why did you start hero games, or why did you invest in hero games?
Yes, that's a very, very good question. Well, now, like I said, I came from very, very humble beginning.
Yes, sir.
That means connecting today and tomorrow was not something always easy.
Mhm.
So I thought to myself, when I will grow up and then I have the means,
Mhm.
I will make sure that other people don't have to go through what I go through.
Mm. Mhm.
So that's the reason why when I went to the United States,
Mhm.
I thought, uh, now that I started my business, looking at the TV, you hear that our young migrants, they go from the desert, they die in Lampedusa,
Yep, Lampedusa. I know Lampedusa in Northern Europe, in Northern
North Europe.
Africa. Yeah,
Yes, trying to go to Europe to
trying to
find,
cross over, swim over
you know,
the Mediterranean to
e-
Europe.
exactly.
What a tragedy.
Look at how many dreams have been swallowed by
Yes,
the Mediterranean.
yes.
And we have successful people like Nganu.
Yeah,
Look at how he turned out to be.
yep.
Very humble
Mhm.
despite his success.
Yes, sir.
So that life taught him a lot of things.
Yes.
So for me, I wanted to also give back so that people don't have to cross
Oh,
to die.
yep.
That we can build it right there because we have all we need.
The best
The,
talent in
the best
Africa.
talent, the human resources, we do have
Yes,
it.
sir. We do because I've been fortunate to
Mhm,
have studied in Africa,
mhm,
studied in Europe, and in America.
mhm,
There is nowhere, I
mhm,
kid you not, there's nowhere on earth I've met people in
mhm,
my classrooms who are
mhm,
more competitive, who are very driven. There's
mhm.
nowhere. I've studied in
Yes,
America, in Europe, and in Africa. And there was a time that some of my classmates, oh, you're good, you're good. I'm thinking, you have no idea. If you
yes.
had the beauty of sitting in a classroom one day in
Yes.
Cameroon with my
Cameroon.
fellow countrymen, you would be decimated because these guys are
Yes.
ambitious.
Ambitious, yes.
They're driven.
Yes,
They
yes.
are not joking, and they
Ex-
can chew you up in an instant like that. So you're absolutely right. There's so much talent in
yeah.
Africa that is
Mhm.
not being uh, transformed or
Yeah.
conveyed into something bigger. So that's why you founded Kiro Games. So what does Kiro Games do?
So I did not found Kiro Games, but I invested in Kiro
Okay,
Games.
invested in Kiro Games. So what does it do?
Kiro Games makes video games.
Video games. What kind of video games?
They have a very, very good one. I'm not a gamer.
Neither am I.
Yeah, exactly. But I saw somebody, his name is Olivier Madiba,
Mhm,
who is so passionate in what
mhm,
he's doing.
mhm,
A friend of mine told me about what he's doing. And I was like,
mhm,
oh, let me chip in.
mhm, mhm,
Because this guy was able to get people
mhm,
from the streets
mhm,
without skills
mhm.
and brought them together. It is a very, very, very well run organization.
So he taught them coding
He taught
skills.
them coding skills, he taught them drawing, he taught them everything.
Wow,
If
that
you
is
close your eyes,
crazy. I know
yes,
how challenging it is to code. So he's able
yes.
to get guys from down the street and teach them how to do coding.
He taught himself how to
That's
do it.
impossible.
He
That's
taught himself,
genius.
he taught himself how to do it.
Where is he
And
based?
he's in Yaoundé. He's in
Yaoundé,
Yaoundé.
Cameroon. Okay.
Yes, I just spoke to him not long ago, but you need to definitely get him here
Okay.
to speak and share his experience.
Incredible. So
Yeah.
he
Mhm.
gets people from the street to
Yes.
program games for the African market. Is that right? Not
Yes.
just games about America, but games about the realities of Africa. So
Yeah.
what other that solves unemployment? What other problem is it solving?
Yeah. First of all, technologically,
Technology transfer, maybe. Mhm,
yes, yes.
mhm,
Based on that, a
mhm,
lot of people went to
mm,
learn
mm,
from him,
mhm,
and I've seen some people who went into robotics
mhm.
from there.
Wow.
I've
Wow.
seen people going from his work
Mhm,
in video games to
mhm.
doing other technological stuff, AI,
Wow.
all of that.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So
Wow.
he is amazing. I mean, he's amazing. And we have seen also, coming back to the brain drain,
Mhm.
some companies came and hired some of his people. They're working in Canada right now.
Wow, in Canada. So
Yeah.
he's not just training them, but is able to export talent now
Yes.
in a high-end, high-paying area into
Areas.
the West, which is
The West.
hungry for talent in coding and all of that.
Yes. Mhm.
Voila. Is it a profitable business so far? Is Kiro
So,
Games profitable?
so far, I mean, they are open. They're still making.
Making good money?
No, I mean, it is a challenge for them.
Okay. Okay.
It is a challenge because the gaming industry is a very competitive one. But
Yes.
it is my I take this opportunity to invite people
Yeah.
to go and not support,
Hmm.
but to invest in him because
Okay.
that's what African
It's,
company needs the most.
it's changing the narrative, and I think one of the reasons which we were attracted to having you on is because we want to put a spotlight on unsung heroes with
Mhm,
untold stories. And
mhm,
what you're telling us now about Olivier is he's also an unsung hero with an untold story about
mhm.
founding a gaming company in Africa. And I didn't even know that there are gamers in Africa. I know that people like Africa like
Mhm.
games, but
Yeah.
games like soccer, game like
Mhm,
football, games like handball, games like volleyball. I didn't know
mhm.
that. But granted, I don't want to come across as being short-sighted. There are millions, if not billions, of cell phone users in Africa.
In
And
Africa.
therefore, they would naturally, once
Mhm.
you've taken care of your basic needs, you want some entertainment. And if that entertainment is available on your cell phone, what's wrong with that? If you're
Exactly.
taking care of your cattle, you take care of your cattle, and later in the evening, you can play a game. What's wrong with that? So that's beautiful.
Mhm,
So, from what you're saying, Kiro
mhm,
Games is not yet profitable, but is
mhm.
it looking promising?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And what the important thing about Kiro, and
Mhm.
and this is why most Africans will say that no, we want businesses that build, for example, farming and things like that.
Mhm.
No, this business, if you look at it,
Mhm.
for example, when we were children, we wanted to go to America.
Mhm.
We wanted to be like the Michael Jackson, the Eddie
Mhm.
Murphy, and all the likes.
Mhm.
Why? Because America has been able to sell their culture, the culture
Yes, sir.
across the
Yes, sir.
globe.
Yes, sir.
Now, what the underlying thing with Kiro Games
Mhm.
is that he's using the African hero,
Yep.
the African story,
Yes.
the African
Realities. Mhm.
realities and
Mhm.
paradigm and all of that.
Mhm.
That's what he's
Mm.
exporting.
Mm. I like that.
So this is something. This is not a game.
Yes.
Game is the game.
Game
Yes,
is a game, but this is a cultural export.
cultural export,
Mhm.
technological export.
Okay.
So if you invest in there,
Yeah.
this is the epicenter of the
Okay.
Silicon Valley, my dear friend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's the
And
because of that.
that's very futuristic.
Yeah, but with that, people have gone from Kiro game to
Mhm.
go into fintech.
Mm.
People have gone from Kiro games
Mhm.
into movie. People have gone into Kiro games
Hmm.
into other aspect of technology. So you should not be. You should look at it
Yeah.
from the global
Global perspective.
perspective
Yes.
rather than it's just a video. No,
Short-sighted. Oh, okay. No, that's opening my mind, and that's a big
yes,
lesson for all of us. For
yes.
anyone who is listening, we
Mhm.
gotta listen. We gotta tune into what a visionary like you is saying, because if you look at it in terms of a tiny little game in your hand, it's a
Yes,
game. No, it's not a game. What you're saying is this is bigger than that. This is technology export. This is a cultural export. This is a financial export, because it's
yes,
going to bring back revenue. If somebody
yes.
lives from there, goes to work in Ottawa, Canada, goes to work in who knows, Toronto, who cares? But they're bringing revenue back home to help the realities. And therefore, people don't go and die trying to
Mhm.
swim across Lampedusa, for goodness
Yes,
sake.
yes.
So this is very thoughtful of you. So are there other businesses that
Mhm.
you are participating in uh, in uh, in sponsoring, in investing in, other than a few that we've mentioned? We've mentioned Packability, which you both own.
Mhm.
Mentioned Seeds, which you are not very active. We mentioned Kilo Games. Are there some other businesses that we should be aware of? Because we learn from the brightest amongst us, and you are certainly one of them.
Oh, brightest, not yet. I hope one day
You're right there.
I'll
Don't
have
deny it.
one
Okay.
day I'll have a GR in front of my name, like you.
Okay. Let's keep moving, brother.
Yeah. So for me, I look at this way. It is not the politics, the
Okay.
religion that are going to transform our environment.
Mm.
It is individual
Mm.
entrepreneurs
Yes.
taking matters in their own hands.
Yes, sir.
Now, in 2016, 17, 18, when the tribes started. The Anglophone
Yes.
crisis started.
In fact, some call it a crisis. I think that's like mitigational language. I think it's actually a civil war. It's a civil war that they don't want to acknowledge. But yeah, let's call it crisis. Let's call it, because if it's affecting 20% of the country, clearly it's more than just a crisis. A crisis is a disturbance, but this has been going on for so long. I think it's a slow-paced civil war. But go ahead, go ahead. Sorry for interrupting.
No problem. I mean, those labels,
Yeah.
I am careful using them
Yes, sir.
because in everything that I do, I have to be um, cautious. I have to be cautious because with the media, like this one, it can be deformed, it can be all kind of stuff. So
That's
I remember, for example, just very, very quickly, somebody yesterday, I was, when I scrolling, I gave a comment and somebody came and insulted me in that comment. It's STFU, for example. Short the, okay. Now, I had two choices to respond to him in kind
Yeah.
or to take a step back
Mhm.
and look at how was this person's day?
Yep.
What happened to him?
Yep.
What is his childhood? What made him
So angry.
bring all of this and to put it
Anger.
in something body that
Yeah.
he doesn't know?
Mhm.
I decided to wish him
A good
happy
day.
year 2024. And he responded,
That's a pacifist approach.
yeah, he responded, Happy New Year to you too. I can show you. This is, I'll do a screenshot and
That's
send it.
beautiful, but it's because you do not extend the same. He came with brute force, you
Yes,
made it with soul force. And I
exactly.
love that so much, Mr. Eone, because Story Warrior, somebody might hear the name Story Warrior and they think that, oh my God, it's all about war. No, we are about using the power of narrative
Mhm.
in fighting business wars.
Yes,
No weapons involved. Our only weapon is the narrative, because the
yes.
narrative is not coercion. The
Mhm.
narrative gets in,
Mhm.
touches your head,
Mhm.
touches your heart, and
Mhm.
influences the way your hands are going to act. So
Mhm.
that's what I call a story warrior. So in that particular instance, you were a story warrior. You gave him a gentle wish, have a great
Mhm.
year ahead. He had no choice but to respond positively. So I
Mhm.
think that's a power of you sharing a
Mhm.
little bit of your wisdom. Now you change that guy. If he
Mhm.
had punched and
Mhm.
you punch back, guess
Mhm.
what? That's warfare. And that's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
and that's why an eye to an eye will bring the world blind.
Blind. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we always have to figure out a way. For example, a quick segue:
Mhm.
Palestine, Israel.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tit for tat.
yes, I agree. Let's
Mhm.
bomb it. Let's
Yeah.
bomb
Mhm.
Palestine now. But let's bomb,
What's next?
bomb them. Let's
Yeah.
bomb them with school. Let's
Yeah.
bomb them with infrastructure.
Yep.
Let's bomb them with hospitals. Let's
Yep.
bomb them with love.
Yep.
Tell me if they don't respond in kind.
Tell me if the first day they don't respond in kind, the second year they don't say, by the third year, I
Mhm.
promise you, my brother, you would
Mhm.
have deflated all of that.
Exactly.
So that's a powerful narrative you're generating right there.
And
Bomb
if
them with kindness, not with
yes,
weapons.
exactly. But if you don't do it, you are doomed. And look at colonial powers, for
Yes.
example.
Yeah.
They came. I live in Germany. They come to
Mhm.
me. They tell me, Jacques, be careful with the Russian and the Chinese.
Mhm.
I tell them, will they bring us slavery like you did? Will they bring us colonialism and
Will they
neo-colonialism?
bring on Berlin Conference
Because
1884?
I said, I said, but and you tell me to be careful with the people that you are doing business with.
Oh my God.
But had they, for example, I didn't want to go into drag into this, but
Yeah.
had they come and say, okay, let me build a middle class in Africa.
Yeah.
Instead of them living on $2 a day because I'm scrapping everything out,
Mhm.
let them live, let's say, with $30 a day.
And I can take 20 away.
Exactly. But now imagine what we will do with those $30 that we make.
There you go. You
$30 a day.
you do business with them.
Yes. We'll do business with them. You will buy the Peugeot, you will buy the champagne, you will buy all of that.
Thank you,
But
sir.
That is it. It is as simple as that. It's simple customer service. Take care of the older person, and
And
then
they'll
you
take care of
have
you.
somebody that will be a partner for life.
And that's the lesson mom taught you.
That's
If
the
you
lesson.
take care of the other parties, they'll
Yes.
take care of you. That lesson is a transformational lesson, and it's transcending from then to now. And no wonder you're a visionary. So some have said that you're a business visionary. Is that true? And yeah, I would agree based on these examples that you're giving me. But what's your vision for Africa? If we can start wrapping up here, maybe we'll
Mhm.
talk about our mutual friend in a second. But what's
Mhm.
your vision for Africa and the world?
My vision for Africa, believe it or not, is a continent that serves the whole planet.
Oh, look at that.
Because that's what Africa has been doing. We
Yeah,
serve.
yeah.
We have been serving forcefully,
Hmm.
but now we are the one now to transform the world
Hmm.
to bring them a different kind of light. Yes, we
Mm.
have resources.
Hmm.
Let's share them. Let's create a vision whereby Africa can be there for Argentina.
Mm.
Africa can be there for Brazil.
Hmm.
Africa will be there for United States of America.
Hmm.
Africa will be there for Japan.
Mm.
We'll
Wow.
teach them hospitality. We'll
Yep.
teach them abundance mentality. That
Yes.
enough for it to go around.
Even communal values, because that is so baked into our DNA. The
Yes.
fact that we have a collectivist society, we're a collectivist civilization, that is very powerful. Not all civilizations are like that. So that's
Yes.
you're spot on with that.
Yes.
I applaud you on that.
So each time I have the opportunity to talk to somebody who tell me, "Oh, I want to be running for mayor or whatever," I said, "Go and be there for the rest of the world.
Mm.
If you cannot reach the rest of the world,
Hmm.
be there at least for your community."
Hmm.
And if all business people, doctors, and all of that approach life as a way, a tool, life is a tool for us to create an impact.
Hmm. Hmm. Yes,
If we
sir.
approach it this way, for
Yes, sir.
example, when he called me here, I'm like, okay, what kind of impact? All of this is not rehearsed. You didn't
Mm.
know what we are going to
No, no,
do.
no. We didn't. This is
Free
not
flow.
scripted, folks. This is not scripted. If anybody's joining now, we're
Mhm,
talking with Mr. Jacques Eone,
mhm.
serial entrepreneur from Germany. This
Mhm.
is an unscripted conversation. This is like
Exactly.
a virtual fireside conversation, because here at Story Warrior Channel, we believe in real conversations, not scripted conversations. We did not plan the questions. I did not tell him what I was going to talk about, other than we want to learn some lessons from you as a
Mhm,
successful business person who has operated on 3 or more continents.
mhm.
And this is just flowing naturally. So, any viewer that is joining in, please, this is not scripted. If you're looking for scripted, go somewhere else. Go to the mainstream media. This one is authentic. And I
Mhm.
see that there's some viewers on Facebook. Please, if you have a question about business,
Mhm.
type it into the chat box. Mr. Ione will be able to answer your question before we sign off for me in the next 5 minutes. But
Mhm.
before we start wrapping up,
But I wanted
um,
to answer the
oh,
question. I didn't answer the
okay,
question,
okay,
please.
please answer the question. Then maybe there'll be one more
It
coming in
was,
from the
it
viewers.
was the question that I was asking, that you asked, and I was
Mhm.
talking to you about the crisis.
Yes.
So when the crisis started, and I was telling you that I'm cautious about the use of crisis or not.
Mm.
Just have to be cautious because I
Mm.
don't know the implication. Now, when the crisis started, I said to myself, I'm a francophone. English is my third language.
Mhm.
And I asked myself, when I went to university, did I personally marginalize Anglophone? I checked the box, yes. And I told Anglophone, oh, you guys need to learn French. We are not learning English.
Mm. Mm.
I spoke to them, to their culture, because of the way they dress, the way they. I was a bully.
Mm. It takes a lot of courage to acknowledge such a
I
thing.
was a bully.
Mhm.
I
Takes a
just said,
lot of
okay,
courage.
yes. How can I amend it at my level?
Mm. Mm.
So I called a friend of mine that looked exactly like you.
Mhm. Maybe more handsome than me. Maybe he has more hair. I got no hair, I got no
So
mustache, I got no beard.
he
So
is equally handsome as you.
okay. For once, that's the first time somebody has mentioned my name and the word handsome in the same sentence. So I'm gonna take that.
Absolutely, you are. That's why
Thank you.
your wife married you. So, and your wife never lies.
All right, thank you. I'll take that. I'll take that to the bank.
So I thought myself, okay, what can we do together?
Yes,
So
sir.
that's why I told him, okay, I'm going to put an investment into the Anglophone world.
Mm,
I want us to start a ranch.
mhm,
We started a ranch with 5 pigs, a
mhm,
piggery.
mhm,
This guy did the piggery so well to a
mm.
point where the government now was looking at how can we go there and start getting sample from
What?
him. Yes,
And where was he running that? Because I know
it was
Anglophone Cameroon is pretty
it
big.
was it was in Bali.
Bali.
So
Okay. Okay.
it was my partner. He is amazing.
Wow.
And then from there, uh, unfortunately, that crisis took a different proportion,
Yes.
and he had to shut down.
Oh my
But
goodness.
the thing was going so well. He had 4 employees
Mm,
because my job is I wanted to create so many jobs. So me, I want to create jobs.
yeah.
He knows how to do this.
Yeah.
And we wanted that we do it together as a force for good.
I will not cut you short, but I invested in two piggeries. And
Mhm.
none of them succeeded. But you found a good guy who was
Yes.
willing to do it, but the
Mhm.
good guy could not get things off the ground. How painful is that? Or I mean, he
Ex-
got it off the ground, but then the crisis or the
Christ.
whatever it
Mhm.
came in the way. So I want to applaud you because you
I will
found success. I invested in two, they didn't amount to anything.
now, I will introduce you to him.
Wow.
I will
Wow.
introduce you to him. He
Wow.
has the experience, he has the knowledge. And right
Mm.
now, I just met somebody that I'm meeting again tomorrow.
Mhm,
He has a particular set of pigs
mhm.
in Spain called Blackfeet.
I've heard about it.
Yes. I'm going to learn from him tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I'll introduce you to my
Your
partner.
classmate, yeah. So you were making amends, you were rehabilitating that situation, which is
Yes.
a powerful, powerful statement
Mhm.
of you coming full circle to make amends. I
Mhm.
wish, I wish in some ways that maybe the forces, the powers that be, had found some way to avert that situation because I believe from having
Mhm.
grown up in that part of the world that
Mhm.
most people mean well. I don't think that they mean anything wrong for the country, but
Mhm.
that's a separate conversation for politicians. That's none of our business for now. But I really applaud you for that a
Mhm.
million times.
Yeah, I mean, that's why, for example, I have to question myself every day. For example, here I am. It's not just the Anglophone world,
Mhm,
but I look at it even in my basic relationship with my
mhm,
children.
mhm,
Let me put myself in his little shoes
mhm,
and see how he feels.
mhm,
So I always send a survey to my son,
mhm,
who was here just now,
mhm.
and he told me one day that
That's
I don't.
Xander, right? Xander,
Yes,
the brilliant guy.
yes. I asked him, "What can I do? What can I want to be the best father that I can be?
Mhm.
What do I need? Do I need to do?"
Yes, sir.
And I tell you, it brought me to tears. He said,
Mm.
"I want to go jogging with you."
Mm.
Everything did not include any material thing. It
Tell
just
him the day
time.
I visit Germany, if I'm so fortunate, we go jogging together.
That's right.
Because last time I was in Germany, I jogged in Wuppertal, but I was jogging alone. I didn't know nobody.
That is not far from me.
There you go. I jogged in Wuppertal. And so, uh,
Yes,
heavens permitting, when I come to Germany, I'd love to
absolutely.
jog with Mr. Zander and
Your
yourself
room
and
is right
yourself.
there.
Thank you. Thank you.
So yes, so those are the things. And now, after my son, I have to put myself and ask myself, okay, what can I be? What kind of husband can I be?
Mm,
What can I be for my wife?
mm,
Somebody was telling me the other day. So I was commenting somewhere. I said, I want to be the kind of husband that if somebody like me
mm,
marries my sister, if I have a daughter, I marry him, I will sleep. I will sleep in peace.
mm.
Because usually we talk about how we men we love our mother so much.
Yes. Revere. I revere my
You
mom
revere
till this
mother.
day.
You revere your mother.
So much.
Can you revere your wife also, who is going to be the mother of your children? That is That is sometimes where we like, there's a gap.
Yep.
If you revere your wife
Mm-hmm.
the same way, look at how
Revere
this
your
world
man.
is going to be.
Yeah.
Because you revering your wife,
Mm-hmm.
your wife will give it back
Revere
to you.
to you.
It is natural.
And
And the
that's
two of you will direct it to the children,
there you
and the
go.
children will grow without the wounds that we grew up with, that
There
we
you
don't
go.
they're
There
not
you
even
go.
aware of having.
So that must be the philosophy that gave you the conviction to make amends with that friend of yours.
Yes.
Now, I want to make sure that we can finish this up in the next 2-3 minutes, but we can't finish without talking about Dr. Christian Tekwe, through whom we got to know each other. What a man! What a brother!
Dr. Christian Tekwe came to work with me. He's 3 years older than me. When he
And
came,
I am 3 years older than him.
I didn't hear that. But I look older than you.
Nah,
I'm all gray.
that's not possible. That's not.
All gray.
You're way more youthful and healthier and happier and all that good stuff. No, but no. To be fair to you and to him,
Yes.
I feel that it's a blessing that I got to know about your work ethic, your values, and
But
that's the reason why I decided, you
it
know what, we needed to bring you to talk to
didn't
all the story warriors out there that are trying to cultivate businesses around the world.
it didn't start very, very well.
Mhm.
I was the star at work.
Mm,
And then they bring this 26-year-old.
mm,
The first time was like, they said, Jacques, you're now the assistant director of programs. This one is director of program. He
mm,
entered the company being director.
mm,
Like, what the heck? I've been here, I'm not appreciated, and so on. The
mm.
first meeting was not good.
Wow.
I
Wow.
was in resistance.
Wow.
And then he was very shocked. He said, Jacques, what's this behavior? I went home that night. I sat down. I said, Jacques, do you understand computing? I answered myself, no.
Mhm.
Can you speak French? Yes. Christian speaks French? Yes. Can you speak English? A little bit. Christian speak English? Yes. Can you do an interview on TV like
Mhm.
Christian? No.
Mm.
Can you give a presentation the way Christian does it? No. Can you do this? No. Can you do this? No.
Mhm.
Thank God to you. He's very, very intelligent.
Mhm. I mean, you are, he is. No wonder you guys got along very well.
Wait, he's very, very intelligent. I said,
Mhm.
but no, you go back tomorrow morning. That's what I told myself.
Mm.
And you will serve Christian to the best of your abilities.
Wow. 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 Few people would have done that. They would have found a way to detonate
Yeah.
or to
But
obstruct or to hurt him or to
I said,
decimate him. So I
I,
applaud you for that.
I serve that man to the best of my abilities. When he arrived in the United States, 3 months later, I have my invitation letter.
Mm.
The rest is history.
The rest is history. Thank you so very much. Thank you so much. And without that history, we would not have had the opportunity to meet or to talk about these lessons about doing business across cultures. And it even extended into geopolitical lessons or self reaffirmation, self rehabilitation lessons. So I'm very, very grateful to you, Mr. Jacques Eone, and to all story warriors who have been watching. Some were giving thumbs up online, then choose to ask questions today. I want to say, if you're looking to learn about business development, if you're looking to work or develop businesses across cultures, look to no one further than Mr. Jacques Eone, because he has lessons from Africa, lessons from Europe, lessons from Americas, lessons from Middle East that can serve you very well. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And
Thank
I
you
hope
so
to
very much.
have you again on this program because you brought us so much wisdom.
Thank you very much. It has been an honor and a privilege. Thank you so very much for having me.
Been a pleasure for
God bless
me,
you.
not only as a
Yes.
story warrior, but also as a fellow brother. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank
Ione.
you so very much. Yes. Thank you.